car, it's about an I am still currently having to travel really far. With the car, it's about an hour and a half. Without the car, it's about 3 to 4 hours each way, which is 8 hour commute. Pull up eight buses round trip and 2 miles of walking. So thank God I have the car, and as I said, everyone in between. But and we've had it since they moved the office. We have 4 visits a week now with Weston, our 14-month-old. So I've been using this time to familiarize him with things that I know bring me out of trauma. And so I'm anticipating that him being ripped away from my arms at 3 days old and having to go through all of this stuff is going to be, different than my other 3 children who I brought home with me and never left my side. And so I'm trying to find ways that help me when I'm feeling sad or scared or alone or confused, because it's like my biggest issue with everything that they've done to me so far. My biggest issue of all of it, more than the rape, more than the beating me up, more than stealing my money, more than all of that, more than the police not helping when I filed a police report, is the fact that my children really don't know what's going on. And I don't even know what's going on. So to communicate to them and make them feel loved and protected and supported when I'm not physically there has been my biggest challenge. And that's why these Easter baskets and these lunches and all of that is so important. We remember taste. We remember smell. We remember feels. All of these things that we remember become our core memories. So packing Weston his lunch has been like my way, besides, all the other things that I do, but just making sure that he has a bunch of really good food to eat when we're there has been like my way. It's been awful, you guys. It's 14 months. The first judge said he was supposed to come home after 3 days. It's 14 months. So I am packing Weston. He loves these. Weston loves these. The Go-Go Squeeze. Oh my goodness. He absolutely loves it. Weston also loves peaches. This is Dole. It's the peaches in water, not juice. So there's no extra sugar. I got this lunchbox from Spin, actually the Real World Ophthalmology. One of the first events I ever worked there was for them, and they gave us like a swag bag, me and some of the other staff. And so I used that for Weston's lunchbox. So I'm putting in peaches. I'm putting in the Go-Go Squeeze. I put 2 of those. He eats one as soon as he gets there, and then one kind of at the end of the visit. I got these ice packs from Jessica. Shout out to our original worker, Jessica. Hopefully she's okay. I'm not sure. We haven't heard from her since about November. We got a new worker. So I'll put the ice packs in there in the morning. Yes, I know my son is a boy. I don't like that weird, boys can wear pink stuff. I don't like that. I don't believe in that. However, this thermos was on clearance for $15 from $30, so I bought it. I put his soup, his ravioli, his pasta, whatever I make him in there. I make it in the morning before the visit, and I bring it with. And then I've been having a real issue getting Weston to have milk at the visits. The first 2 months that I switched him from formula to milk, he was all for it. He drank it with no issue. He's commuting 2 hours with these transportation workers to get to the visit, and he's not been drinking the milk. And then we're in the visit for 2 hours, and then he's commuting another 2 hours to go back to where he goes. So that's a long time for a baby, an infant, to not be having milk, but I can't hold him down and force them, right? So I got these Simply Go-Gurts. They're organic, strawberry flavored. I usually bring 1 or 2, so at least I know he's getting some sort of calcium when he won't drink the milk. And then I'll stop in the morning. Usually I'll bring Mexican rice in the thermos, or like I said, soup or a pasta or something like that. And then I always bring him water in his sippy and milk in this one. Sometimes I bring him a little snack like goldfish or Cheerios or something along those lines, because he's like been really into like picking up small things and eating them lately. Also, he started walking, so he's been standing on his own and taking 1 to 2 steps by himself. It was so funny last week. We're doing Easter tomorrow since I won't be able to see him on Sunday, but last week, it was so funny. He was standing there, and when he wants to walk somewhere, he'll like reach up for your hand. And I kind of like gave him like the bottom of my shirt to hold on to, and like pretended like I was gonna hold his hand, but didn't. Just from having my shirt in his hand, he like thought that I was holding on to him, and he just took off walking. Like he wasn't being supported at all. He was literally on his own, just like walking, but holding on to my shirt. So he like mentally thought that I was carrying him, but he was walking. So the mind is really crazy and incredible, but he's doing great, and he's healthy, and he is in the 80 or 90th percentile for height and weight. All of my children are doing great, thank God. You know, I don't know how to parent a child to understand the things I've been through, other than, you know, just the way I've been doing it with trial and error. I believe, and I've talked about this a lot, I believe in delivering truth to your children, that is, you know, customized to their age and level of understanding. My parents hid a lot from us when I was little, financial issues and things of that nature, to protect us. And I kind of got resentful over it. So I always try to tell my kids the truth, as I said, to their age and level of understanding. But no one can understand why your mom's not at home, you know, and I don't understand it, and they don't understand it, and we just don't get it. So I just want them to understand where I am and what I'm doing and how I spend my time, because there is no person, place, or thing I'd rather be with or doing or spending time with than them. So I just wanted to say that again, you guys, give you an update about what's going on with Weston. It's now been 5 years since my children have lived with me in my own home. I have completed every service that DCFS has ordered. I've passed every drug test. I've taken more than 200. I don't do drugs. I've finished task. I finished parenting classes. I've finished individual therapy and counseling. I've presented 10 years worth of medical records that directly contradict every allegation that they've made against me, but we're still 14 months in, and I'm not allowed any more time than I was when my son was first born. 3 visits, 2 hours a week is unacceptable. We are in the United States of America. My child should be with me. So I do want to press charges against everyone involved. I do feel as though this is incredibly unlawful and immoral. But that's not what I say in my day-to-day. In my day-to-day, I put on a smile and try to be good vibes, because if you're not good vibes, no one gives a fuck what type of tragedy you've went through. They get tired of you. So it's like you have to shove down the trauma of being sexually assaulted. You have to shove down the trauma of being thrown in a fucking tent, 40 weeks pregnant, left to die. You have to shove all that trauma and anger and sadness and confusion down. Otherwise, people will justify not wanting to interact with you. And you can't blame them. Like, we only have so much to give. It's the example that I always give of your cup is full. Pretend that your cup is your body, your being, your soul, and it's filled up with water. That's your energy level. If you go pouring water into everyone's cup and you pour too much, you won't have any water in your own cup. So it's conserving energy while also, you know, acknowledging that I still have not received any of the answers that I've been so eagerly awaiting. And just trying to be grateful for the wins, you know, because there have been many, many of them. So everybody have a good night, and thank you guys for being here.